Hi, my name is Leonid Volkov. I'm Chief of Staff for Alexei Navalny, the chairman of the Anti-Corruption Foundation, which Alexei Navalny has founded, and also I'm a founder of the Internet Protection Society, a small digital rights NGO in Russia, which actually fights for more freedom and digital space in Russia. This is a small video about one cause which I would like to ask you to support, which has a lot to do with both anti-corruption and with digital freedoms in Russia. That's why I'm sitting here in both of my capacities simultaneously. Propaganda kills, literally. This is not a figure of speech. You have probably heard this more than once, but I want to say it again. Kremlin's propaganda, Russian TV channels, have been telling viewers for almost 10 months now all possible lies about Ukraine. There are Nazis who bombed Donbass and would have attacked first if Putin wouldn't invade on February 24th. Kremlin-backed TV hosts such as Margarita Simonyan, Dmitry Kisilov, or Vladimir Solovyov describe the atrocities of Ukrainians every evening in the primetime news, and this makes some people in Russia still believe in all this nonsense and take up arms and go to kill. You, the viewers of this video, probably know well how propaganda works in Russia. But perhaps you don't know that this propaganda has unexpected helpers, I would even dare say accomplices. Those who live in Europe and yet help spread it and ignore all international efforts to defeat Putin and to end the war in Ukraine. The Anti-Corruption Foundation maintains a so-called list of war enablers, which already has more than 6,000 names on it. The list of people that we ask European, British and American government to designate for personal sanctions. And last week we added to this list the head of the French company Eutelsat, Eva Berneke, to this list of warmongers and war enablers. When we publish new additions to our list, we often hear questions like, why did you add this guy, or what are they here for? Now, I want to use this opportunity to explain how it works in detail on this particular example of Eva Berneke. Eutelsat, the European satellite broadcasting company, is a very accomplice of Russian propaganda. Eutelsat was providing its satellites to the Tricolor company, which is well known in Russia. It is Tricolor's equipment that can be seen on every rickety house in the Russian suburbs. And Tricolor broadcasts all Russian propaganda TV channels using Eutelsat's satellites to a huge audience, to 12 million households in Russia. And for many years, using Tricolor and Eutelsat, propagandists of all sorts told in primetime news every evening about radioactive ashes, about crucified boys, and about the ban on the Russian language in Ukraine. All of them being false, fake news. What do you think? Did Eutelsat stop helping spreading Russian propaganda content after February 24th, after Putin invaded Ukraine? No, that did not happen. Satellites are still working. Russian propaganda is still being broadcasted through them. The signal is excellent. Everything is fine. Business is as usual. We decided to fix it, and we started by trying to get in touch with Eutelsat management. But all our attempts came to nothing. Then, in the summer this year, we published an appeal to the management of the company and asked them to stop broadcasting Russian TV channels publicly. We collected almost 2,000 signatures and sent this appeal, this petition, to their office. No one responded. Later, international organizations began to join us. In October, a rally with the slogan "Stop Bloodcasting" took place near the Eutelsat office in Paris. You can see how it was.
Vous mettre par exemple du côté aussi au sein des familles russes, on a eu une scission, on a eu des mères qui ne parlent plus à leurs enfants, ou les pères qui refusent de parler à leurs fils, etc. Parce que
This rally was carried out together by the French committee They Need a Draw, Reporters Without Borders, and 4 other civil society organizations which demanded to stop cooperation with Russian propaganda. Silence. Then we got in touch with the members of European Parliament, and We told them that there is a European company that still provides its satellites to Russian propaganda being spread to 12 million households in Russia, so pretty much to a third of Russian population. A group of MEPs, after listening to us, wrote an open letter to the head of European diplomacy, Josep Borrell. They called for an end of broadcasting of Russian propaganda via European satellites. Finally, we were joined by Reporters Without Borders, who turned to the French regulator and asked them to oblige Eutelsat to stop broadcasting Russian propaganda. Still silence. Only after all our appeals remained unanswered, we realized that we have no choice but to add the head of the company, Eva Berneke, and the chairman of the board, Dominic de Inin, to our list of warmongers, because that's who they are. Helping spreading Russian propaganda, they become war enablers. Both of them, by the way, became the first citizens of European Union on our list. Our demands have not changed. We call on Eutelsat to stop cooperating with Russian propaganda and other corporations, including, by the way, the state corporation Roscosmos. We will continue to seek sanctions against Eva Berneke and Dominique Dinin. We are confident that this is necessary and that moving step by step we can achieve this. And this will make our list of war enablers more efficient working. We ask you to join our campaign. Share this video. Help us to spread our message. Help us to stop Russian propaganda.